Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jorvik, and today we are looking at TikTok conspiracies. Oh boy, I have been curating some of these because 1, absurd, 2, just like basic common sense, and 3, just a complete misunderstanding of how our world works. So I have curated a set of talks that we're going to go through and just see where we end up. Do I need to put on a tinfoil hat? Probably not, because a lot of these are just ignorant. Enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh, this is not our sun.
No cap, that really ain't our sun. Our sun is supposed to be a hexagrammatron and or a circle shape. It is neither one of those shapes at this moment. Finding number 1, why does the sun have a refresh rate like a fucking screen? Just keep watching it, you'll see. And since when is the sun a big ass white light? It's always either been yellow or orange. Look at that thing glowing. I ain't moving. The second finding is that it looks like a 1 billion watt light bulb. It looks like an LED bulb. And if you watch this video closely, you can actually see it refresh. It gets brighter, and then it gets smaller. It's weird. It has a lemon shape to it. It's almost like you need a blue light filter out here.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about this one. So this guy clearly doesn't understand how light works, which is fine. Maybe he failed physics. It's okay. Now, I have studied physics. I've studied astrophysics. I've studied astronomy. I even dabbled in quantum mechanics. But this is a very simple explanation. So, technically speaking, our sun is not yellow at all. It is, in fact, white. And the reason for that is because the sun possesses all colors, and as you know, all colors put together is white. If you look at photos from the ISS, regardless if you believe that we're in space at all, you can see that the sun is white, and it's pretty obvious. It's also the same reason why our sky is blue. So all the colors that we can see, like the primary colors, like the ones on the rainbow, it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then violet, I believe. And the reason why they're in that order is because red has the shortest wavelength, violet has the longest, and blue also has the longest. So that's why when the sun rises and sun sets, the shorter wavelengths are shown through the atmosphere. So red, orange, yellow. That's why you kind of get that, yellow, orange, red as it goes down, and red, orange, yellow as it comes up. So the same principle applies when it's high up in the sky, like this video looks like it is. It looks like it's like noon-ish, around noon. The only wavelength going through is blue. So naturally all of the light is spread out, which why it appears white, but only for that kind of section of the day. So it's a pretty easy explanation. Not a conspiracy theory. Also, he said something about it refreshing. I couldn't tell that in the video. I mean, even if it did, people see, this is the thing. People got to understand that these types of conspiracy theories, whether you think it's a flat earth, which it's not, if it's some dome, like what kind of technology would we have to have for that to exist, right? If the sun is not real and it's just this giant screen in the sky, like the technology to possess that is not, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I mean, I think the largest screen is at SoFi Stadium, maybe at AT&T Stadium, and that costs millions of dollars. You think that the governments of the world are going to spend, trillions of dollars building an artificial sun that's been around for 4.5 billion years? I don't buy it. It's just, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be too long, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one.
So you see her hands go above her face once. Watch when they come back down.
I wanted to post screenshots of the AI filter coming off so people could see for a bit longer just how insane this is.
Watch her face glitch. Now watch her back tattoo disappear.
Okay, well, The whole thing with Brittany is complicated, right? And sad. But it just looks like she's using a face filter. That's it. I've seen tons of time people using face filters, and if you cross anything, it glitches out because it's not detecting a face. It's not that serious. Now, whether or not, I don't know about the tattoo thing. I couldn't even see a tattoo when it initially showed me, so I have no clue. I don't really follow Britney Spears, nor do I care. But this just looks like the face filter not working properly. It's not that serious. All right, moving on.
Pay attention. This was about a year or two ago at the Panther Stadium. Just pay attention to how advanced AI technology is. Do y'all see this? This even on the Carolina's Panthers website. Carolina unveils mixed reality Panther before the game. And then, you know, they got stuff like this, too, that's going on.
I don't know what that is, but that's something in the sky right there. Over here in Harlem.
That shit, like, very entertaining how, like, y'all can make shit seem like it is, but it's not there. I'm just saying, y'all go put two and two together. Go look at the Project Bluebeam. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
First of all, it's not AI technology. What that was it was just regular CGI, and what it looked like. Also, I've never seen that before. I mean, I know that it exists, obviously, but it looked like a specific camera was filming, and they just overlaid a 3D render onto the screen. That's literally all it was. I don't really think that's augmented reality because no one was interacting with it, and clearly, I mean, these people, they just don't know how. It's not hologram. It would be different if they had actual holograms and people were interacting with it, but that wasn't a hologram. That was just a CGI render of a panther running around the stadium, shot through one camera and edited to that camera in post. That's all it was. Nothing to be conspiratorial about. Now, he does mention Project Bluebeam, which is a whole different thing. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, it's just something about the government faking an alien invasion for some reason to control us when they already control us. I don't know. It's a whole thing. It honestly deserves its own video that I'm not going to do. There's plenty of them out there. You can go search for them. Oh, and the other thing, those are drones. Just drones. Little drones that people can program to fly in a sequence to give off a picture in the sky. There's tons of them, tons of drones out there, or drone shows out there. Nothing conspiratorial. It's just do your basic research. Come on, man. It's not that hard. It's not that deep either. Moving on.
But there is no real picture of the Earth.
What do you mean?
Every picture that's been released that's on Google and or released from NASA is a 3D render. There's only 2 pictures the Earth claims to have in its vault. Let me show you them right now.
You're telling me that my iPhone 3G wallpaper isn't real?
That's the blue marble. The blue marble, as known from popular media and your iPhone 3, this claims to be an actual photo of the Earth from space.
It's claiming that?
You want me to show you the other one? The other one's hilarious. This is the real one, apparently.
What?
It's called the pale blue dot.
Who took that?
I've taken better pictures whenever my phone is in my pocket accidentally, bro. That's what this looks like.
Why do all these pictures look so fake?
If you go through Google, there's not a single one that looks even remotely real.
Don't we have pictures of other planets?
I don't think you're ready for that conversation, bro.
Saturn picture. Okay, that is deep. This is made with a PS2.
You're really not.
So technically, he's right. A lot of the photos you see of Earth are composite images, which means that they are multiple pictures taken at different angles, different times of day, and they are stitched together. And so that's how we get the full photo. Now, what he's talking about, actually, hold on, I have to look it up because I don't remember when it was. So the second photo that he showed was called the pale blue dot. And it's one of the most humbling and just fascinating photos ever taken in the history of the human race, really. The reason why this photo is so important is because it just shows how small we really are. I mean, when you look at this photo, I'll put it here big so you can see it. When you look at this photo, you see us. You see all of us who has ever existed, everyone who will be, all on that little blue pixel. Just really shows how small we are and how everything we've ever known is there in that little pixel, that little pale dot. Everything we know, everything we are is in this photo. And it was taken 6 billion kilometers away in interstellar space. That's 3.7 billion miles, by the way. Just, it's incredible. And the fact that he's like, I can take better photos in my pocket, it's just, he lacks the awareness. And I know people joke about these types of guys, just two guys in these weird podcast things that they have, but it just really takes away the severity of this photo. And the fact that even it exists at all is just fascinating. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it was taken by Voyager 1, which currently is the only man-made probe that has entered interstellar space. And what interstellar space means is it's the space between stars. And that's where this photo was taken. Interstellar space. I love it. I love space so much. Let's go ahead and move on to more stupidity.
The darkest conspiracy theory about aliens is,
I don't know if I'm ready for it,
that Earth is essentially a farm, and human beings are the vessels that contain souls, and they want us because this is how they create souls. And so they're farming us. They've created us. Mm-hmm. So we started off as primates, and through some sort of genetic intervention, I'm not saying I believe this. I'm just saying that this is like top of the food chain, put your tinfoil hat on super tight, that they farm us. And that the whole reason why human beings are involved in this conflict, constant conflict, it's all of it is to increase our competition with each other, increase our ability to control resources, which will increase our technology, which will ultimately lead to us creating this being that we're going to create, this artificially intelligent super god.
Okay. Look. I believe in aliens. I will say that. I do think that they're out there somewhere, whether they want to contact us, whether they've been here. You know, I do believe in aliens, so I should preface that. But it's like, why? Like, what about humans is so special? You know what I mean? Like, if there are trillions of other life forms out there, why are we the ones that are special? Kind of selfish of us, if you ask me. Now, look, I know a lot of people talk bad about Joe Rogan. I don't really watch Joe Rogan. The only episodes that I have watched where he has other comedians on, because, you know, I like stand-up comedy. I don't really watch any of these, like, random episodes where he has, like, these conspiracy theorists on and they just talk about crazy stuff. I don't think aliens are harvesting our souls. This sounds a little bit like Scientology, if you catch my drift. I don't know. I don't really care for it. I mean, there's really nothing to debunk here. It's just an alien theory. But looks like someone just watched The Eternals.
And I ask out, is there a heaven? And it knocks 3 times, meaning no. And at that point, our 2 religious friends that were there, like, immediately jumped up and said, we have to leave right now.
And we had no idea why.
Why? What's going on? Like, I'll tell you in the car, like, dude, like, just don't look back. Let's go. Let's leave. And so we walked out. We left. We got all the way to the car without anyone saying anything. And as soon as we got in the car, we're like, what's going on? Like, why do we have to leave? He's like, well, in the Christian religion, anything like demonic or evil is supposed to basically disprove that there is a heaven in order, you know. And so what they were saying is like, we don't think this is some like spirit or something paranormal there. We think it was something that was trying to lead you away from heaven or Christianity.
Demonic territory type thing. But that also just depends on what you believe in. Obviously, like our roommates were very, very Christian, very religious. And so when they heard the knocks saying no, they thought it was just kind of like a sign from like a demon to like steer us away from God, saying like this does not exist. And so they without question ran before we could even, like we kind of were wanting to stay there to ask more things.
It was really interesting.
Yeah, so this one, another Rogan clip. So these two guys, they are, I guess, ghost hunters. Obviously, it's hard to disprove demon. I don't believe in demons, obviously. I don't believe in the devil either, or God. If you saw my last video, you know that. Who cares? I mean, if you're Christian friends, also I'm pretty sure the devil and the demons and all that were in hell was invented by the Roman Catholic Church. So take that with a grain of sand. And actually, Catholicism is kind of pagan coded, but that's a different conversation I don't think a lot of people are ready for. So I don't think, obviously can't disprove it, but I thought it was interesting that these guys are scared of fake things. So that's pretty cool. Moving on.
Did you ever hear about the Grand Canyon theory?
No.
So the Grand Canyon, one of the world's wonders. There's a theory that the Grand Canyon holds something that none of us knew was there. So back in the 1850s, right? Yeah. The Grand Canyon was used to mine gold. When people started mining it, the gold index crashed because they found so much gold there. Okay. Now what happened was the government and the military, they closed it off and they made it a sanctuary so that nobody can just go there and then take whatever they want. There was this one guy, his name was Seth Tanner, and he was an explorer. He explored this one cave and he claims what he saw was ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics in one of the caves.
Oh, what did it say?
The Grand Canyon, it actually holds the lost city of El Dorado.
What?
Like, you know, the lost gold city of El Dorado.
Yeah, the whole city.
The whole city. So if you think about it, it's never found. That ancient tale that all of the natives talk about, the lost city, and the reason the government and the world is trying to keep it a secret is because it would crash the gold price.
Again, two guys on a podcast. So I've heard this theory before, and everything that he said is wrong. That's not what the original story is. It was actually John Powell, which is what Powell Lake is named after here in Arizona, on the border of Utah and Arizona. So yes, there was a story that back, I don't think it was the 1850s. I think it was later than that. I think it was like the 1890s or maybe early 1900s. I'm not 100% sure, but he was sailing down the Colorado River, which is the river that runs through the Grand Canyon. And I've been to the Grand Canyon. It's pretty cool. You know, I like it. It's tight. And allegedly he had stopped, saw like this stone staircase that was leading up to a cave, walked up in the cave, walked in there and found allegedly Egyptian artifacts. And then another guy found out, and I don't think it was the guy that told him. I think he had a different name, but another guy went there and allegedly disappeared or something stupid like that. And they're like, oh, well, this is the reason why the government is hiding stuff. And it's like, and this is where kind of like the conspiracy theory of like the Smithsonian covering stuff up, which also isn't true. Yeah, so the Egyptians were never in America. We have no archaeological evidence of that. We don't even know if they could even sail across the ocean. Now, I mean, there is other evidence, archaeological evidence of things, you know, like Polynesians and people from like Oceania and the Pacific coming to the Americas, but Egyptians, no. Also, El Dorado is, I don't think is a Native American, I don't think that's a Native American story. I could be wrong about that. Also, I'm pretty sure that's in South America, not the Grand Canyon. I don't know. El Dorado's not real either, so we would have found it by now, especially with all the LiDAR going on in the jungle, where they have been discovering things, which is pretty fascinating. You know, old cities, ancient cities, which is pretty cool, but none that resemble El Dorado. So, moving on.
Photo that NASA put out of Earth in 2015. Now look a little more closely. Now, before some of you tell me that I'm making this up, I got this directly from NASA's website, and it's still there. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
This whole thing again, okay? And like I mentioned in the other video talking about the Earth images, this is the same image, the first image that the guy was talking about. They're composites. All right, so it's a lot of different photos, you know, stitched together to form one image, you know, a collage. Okay, so a couple of random clouds look like they spell out sex. Oh well. What's the conspiracy here? I mean, no, like you're the only... I just can't help but to laugh at these people. What this probably is pareidolia, which is the thing where humans, like, when you look at something, you have that thing like, oh, that looks like something else. Interesting. It's the same thing with where we see faces and things. It's just like our brains look for patterns, and I think that's what this is. I mean, yeah, it does look like it spells out sex, but all well, we're adults, who cares? But anyways, guys, that's what I have for today. I didn't want this video to be too long. I just wanted to kind of test the waters with this, see how it does, and if I want to continue this series. But if you want me to look at any specific conspiracy theory, maybe do a deep dive on one, talk about it, let me know. I love that kind of stuff like that. And I just want to say thank you for all my new subscribers the past few weeks as I kind of build out this channel and testing the waters with different content. I've seen what videos have done better than the others, so I'm just going to kind of keep with that trend and see where it goes. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. So I have a TikTok now. I don't post on it, and I don't think I will for a while, maybe just clips from my channel. But if you would like to send me videos, I'll leave my name on in the description, and it'll probably be on the screen here. So if you want me to look at any cringe videos, any conspiracy videos, or just anything you want me to talk about, let me know and send me those videos over and I will take a look at them. Anyways, guys, my name is Jorvik. See you next time.